Well, time for some more racing on a Tuesday night. Who would have guessed? Sprint League. I need to move my thing a minute. I can see the entire screen. On round 15 and 16. So there's this and then 2 more weeks of racing before we find out before we wrap up the first sprint season on F1, on the newer F1 game anyway. And we're not too far away from finding a champion, I don't think. Let's have a look at the standings. All about the standings. So right now is a 8-point gap, and then a following 6 between first, second, and third. Okay, we may have 6 races remaining. We've got a little 3-way battle going on there, and Singer, hello Leon. We got a little battle on our hands, first, second, and third, between Heisenberg, B-Rob, and Ahmed. There's the 3 that we're focusing on, especially for the title race anyway. And it's going to get very interesting. Singapore's one of those tracks where it's not it's just more annoying than hard, I think, in my opinion. But it's fine. I'm pretty sure I jinxed off the lobby again. No, that didn't happen again. That happened at Abu Dhabi. I am definitely regretting getting like 3 hours of sleep last night. I expected Singapore, but then again, I expected it at Monaco as well, and it just didn't happen. So we'll get to see what happens. I'm pretty sure my good luck, Leon. Good luck. So there's 2 Red Bulls. The 2 guys that won last week, Leon and not 2 Red Bulls, 2 Mercedes. Sorry, Leon and Scalesy. Terminator can't race, which is probably going to get annoyed at the fact that he had a chance at the Red Bull. Mike's going to try and do something in the Red Bull, go out and crash while he's in P2. So you won't be too surprised if that one was the case. Apart from that, the 2 McLarens have been lackluster. 2 Ferraris, there's alright people in the Ferraris. This weekend, let's see, midweek, who have we got in the Ferraris? Oh, we've got Bunders and Boomer. That's a really good set of people in the Ferraris, actually. Let's watch Leary. Of course, here we go. Dylan, you know it. Let's put on lap data. You see, I could do that. Yeah, I'll just have that ready for the race. Screw it. It's not going to matter much. So Leary's got off to a horrible start. Dropped all the way to the back. Yeah, well, let's go this way around. Oh, Mike is here. Yes, Mike. B-Rob's just had a nightmare of a corner and dropped from right to the front all the way to the back. And Boomer's hit the front. Boomer has hit the front. Leon's in second. Bunda's third, so it's Ferrari, Mercedes, Ferrari, Mercedes at the moment. You've got Mike right at the back, which probably means he's hit a wall at some point. B-Rob's slowly climbing his way back up, but there's no one up. There's no one challenging these Ferraris and these Mercedes. It's a shame that with 6 races to go, they're probably nowhere near the title. As for the title, you've got your 3 right there. Literally in a row. 8, 9, 10. That is your title fight. Oh, Leon's hit the front. Leon's hit the front. We'll keep watching B-Rob for the moment. Heisenberg just gets too much love off my POV and Tier 4. So we'll keep watching B-Rob. I don't usually get to see him race. Leon goes on pole. 1:37.8. Boomer second, and Mike got disqualified. Alright, that happened. So you've got the 2 Mercs and 2 Ferraris up front, occupying the front 2 rows. McLaren's 5th. Conington's actually pulled out a right one there. Snaps in 6th, Heidelberg's 7th. O'Leary's 8th, B-Rob's 9th, Ahmed's 10th. So Heidelberg has the lead in the championship. It also does better than both of his rivals in qualifying. So that bodes well. Salieri in 12th. You've got Luke in 11th. El Traco is 13th. AB is 14th. And then the back of the field is tailed off by someone who disqualified Mike. I feel bad. I feel bad. It feels like we're constantly picking on Mike at this point. I love how it takes about 5 years for my phone to actually connect to Discord. Dylan, who am I jinxing today? Who do we want? I got 7 seconds until it start the race. My phone still hasn't connected to Discord to see what everyone's saying, but that's nice. I'm jinxing Heisenberg today, am I? I think I've got everything sorted. Tyre's just gonna be straight soft. Yeah, we do it. We put it on penalties. Always do it. Always put it on penalties when it comes to these sprint. Tires don't matter. The tires genuinely don't matter. It's hilarious how little they actually matter. You've got. I think this could be easily. I think I'm stating the obvious, but without crashes, there's a race dominated by the Mercs. Boomer is incredibly fast in the Ferrari, to be fair. Gotta give him some sort of credit for that, actually. Scaledy letting the AI do his outlap for him then. For some reason, Scaledy just off out in front. No, we're not going to jinx England. We're not jinxing England. That's not something I'm allowing to happen. Mainly because they're playing Hungary and it's probably going like 4-0. Oh, for fuck's sake. You're taking the piss. You're joking. They definitely... Why? Why is this... Why... Oh, God's sake, England. Well, actually, everyone's about to start setting back up on... Yeah. You're not joking. That's fun. That's fun. I haven't had anything through from what do you call it yet? Nations League. I'm expecting it's coming. Here we go. We're about to get lights out. Everyone's setting up. Leon starting on pole. We got 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go. And it looks like Leon got an incredibly slow start. Ferrari's gonna get him. Not gonna get him actually. Oh, and there's a collision off turn 1, and poor Leon have gone straight away. Oh, that is not the greatest of collisions I've ever seen. And Heisenberg jumped all the way up to 5th. That's so much for jinxing him. Oh, the Mercedes is gone! Oh, the LP's gone! Oh my Jesus Christ, what is going on? What on earth have I just witnessed? Oh, it snaps! Snaps the other one! Snaps the other one! Heisenberg the Haas, Heisenberg the Haas. Heisenberg in 3rd, B-Rob's in 4th, they're your 2 title. Ahmed's the other one in 7th. Oh my god. I actually cannot believe that first lap, that first couple of corners were insane. So it's Bundes out in front. I did not expect to say that after the halfway through the first lap. So the yellow flag is sector 2. It looked like I think it's a Williams. I think it's Salieri. Yeah, it is Salieri. It's 1-0 to Hungary. Oh my Jesus Christ. But back to this anyway. Leon's moving up a little bit. Boomer's got himself back to 9 because there's so many people spinning. But Heisenberg's in 3rd. Heisenberg's on the podium. Rob's right behind him. So this being 8 points between the two of them. Going into this race, fastest lap from Bundes, even though, you know, that's the only lap of the race so far. I love when the timing sheets are all messed up. Heisenberg's in 3rd. They've got an 8-point gap to B-Rob, so it will get extended as it stands, but we're only 2 laps into a 15-lap race. Then you've got Cunningham's in 2nd, which is very high for him. We had this kind of thing last week where I was talking about Mike being too high for his own good. That he was actually driving well and he ended up in a wall, so let's hope that's not the same outcome. Because having people like Bundes and Cunningham toward the front, it's pretty refreshing, you know. There's a little train going here. There's a sector 2 yellow flag for Salieri. Oh, that's a nice camera angle. Just a shame I couldn't see the car in front of it for a while. No one's got any penalties yet, which I'm quite surprised about. Being in Singapore, it's usually pretty hectic. The 2 Mercedes are last. Starting a front to back challenge, you see. You got the 2 Aston Martins doing pretty well beside each other here as well. You've got a little bit of a train going here, which, oh, sorry for yawning. Which doesn't really take into account until the end of the lap. They're DRS, and there goes a flying Ferrari apparently. DRS isn't really that strong around here either, to be fair. So I wouldn't expect it to play a huge role. I think Mike's just gone into the pits, which means Mike's probably spun. So you've got 2 championship leaders right beside each other, followed by 2 Aston Martins, so they're midfield. Followed by the 3rd championship rival. So Ahmed's got to find a way past these Aston Martins, and then turn the yellow flag in sector 1. Mike, if you could only stop spinning. Well, he's not spinning anymore. It's Leon that's spinning all the time. He did cut. To be fair, Leon did come on as put in chat that he would edit a wall when he didn't do it. He didn't say it lightly. Oh my God, there goes one of the Aston Martin. And now we've got a four-way into this corner. It looked like Ahmed's come out. It looked like O'Leary's had to brake like mad just to keep himself. But El Trucco on the medium tyres, right up the end of the Ahmed in the Williams. But there's only one spot now separating Ahmed and the two other title contenders. That's the. We could have an interesting end to the season here, I reckon. I'm gonna have to do some rule searching after this and find out what the points are for each place, because I'm not sure how many points are gonna get opened up by this race. Hey, I have commentated it before and somehow managed to make it. Oh, well, here we go. There he is. There it is. Mike spun, Mike's DNF'd. Ahmed's getting overtaken by Trucco, going too wide into the corner. There's a slight bit of contact, but Trucco's made the move pretty cleanly. That's well driven from the Alfa Romeo. And now there's not very many people with decent gaps. So Scalzi's just done the fastest lap. Let's watch this fight. Mike, my boy, did it. Yeah, he did. Cunnington is. It's getting close. It's the only one within DRS at the moment, and as soon as I say that, he drops out and O'Leary comes in. So I think we might go there. So O'Leary's got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting. All the people you would have expected to be at the front are currently lining up the last 5 or 6 positions. Yeah, Mike, listen to Dylan. No, he probably won't. He probably won't. There's a Ferrari going into the pits. Bundes has come into the pits for his actual scheduled stop and probably gone on to the yellow flag in sector 3, and it is O'Leary. O'Leary has crashed. Oh, and Cunnington, who had a lead, just went horribly wide out the end of turn 3. And it's allowing Heidelberg to get back into this. Snap's got in front of Bundes before Bundes gets out the pit. Is Bundes going to get out in front of Soleri? He just about. Oh, there's Mike. There's Mike. And now all of a sudden you've got Ahmed covered by a couple of guys, and B-Rob and Heidenberg are now 2nd and 3rd. And it's all going to be down to who can hold the nerve the best, I think. You know what, let's watch Bundes a minute, because he is net P1, but he's getting held up by Soleri at the moment. Is he able to make a move at some point? The only one within a second as well. No, I didn't jinx him. I didn't jinx him. I swear down. I didn't do any jinxing. I hope. Wait until you end up watching it back and you're fine. Did I? What did I say? Hold on. Look, Bundes on the outside. Bundes round the outside, but it has to back out, otherwise we're gonna squeeze him right into a wall. There's another yellow flag, and Leon's going to join the chat in a minute, because Leon has had a nightmare. You've got Cunnington and B-Rob just pit. I think Ahmed's just come into pit as well. He has. B-Rob, Bundes and Soleri are going to go at it. Can Bundes get in front of people, out in front of everyone out the pits? Oh yeah. Then he spun. And there comes Cunnington out behind Bundes. So Bundes has still got the race lead. Heidelberg, no, it's not Heidelberg. Heidelberg has the race lead now, but Bundes still has net P1. And it looked like Boomer and B-Rob. Boomer's already picked the one time he's going to pit for the race. So Boomer has got all those positions back. B-Rob was 3rd or 4th or something like that. And now he's dropped a position, and I'm going to be interested to see if they can get Eisenberg. I'm not sure, actually. I saw a Red Bull spinning out. I kind of get, I was told. I was told that Leon was going to spin into a wall, so I kind of did see both of those DNFs coming. Heidelberg needs to pit, Luke needs to pit, El Troco needs to pit, and AB needs to pit. Everyone else, I'm pretty sure, has already pitted, so we've got to get the race as it is in a couple of laps. O'Leary stayed out an extra lap. El Troco stayed out an extra couple of laps because he's on the mediums. Heidelberg has pit, so now we get the interesting round and see if he comes out in front of Heisenberg. He comes around the final corner. Heidelberg's in and out of his pit. But is he gonna... No, he's not. Bundes has got him. Bundes has got him. Has Cunnington got Heisenberg? Has he? Coming out the pits? No, he hasn't. He hasn't got Heisenberg. Heisenberg is now in 2nd place. Cunnington coming around the outside. Look at this attempt of a move from the McLaren. He's got it as well. He's got it as well. Where the hell did Boomer come from? Oh, there's a little bit of a collision between the Ferrari and the Williams, but it doesn't look too bad. A little bit of a squeeze, nearly knocks Boomer off the track. Boomer and Salieri are going right at each other. Boomer went down the inside, he got the overtake. And now he's got the position of Salieri, and now he's going to come after Cunnington. And B-Rob's right on the back of Salieri now as well. So B-Rob's going to try and gain back the positions. Oh! Oh, the McLaren! The McLaren's nearly spun out. The McLaren can't seem to keep his car straight for some reason. Boomer's managed to get in front. Oh, that's a little bit of a collision. A little bit of a bump and pass, I think, from Fern there. Or attempted bump and pass, because it didn't work. Down the inside and then to the outside. Cunnington on Boomer, but he doesn't get the position. Boomer defended really well on in that Ferrari against that McLaren. Salieri's starting to drop back to B-Rob. B-Rob's trying to rob Salieri of the position. Heidelberg is still 2nd, so he's going to gain a lot of positions, a lot of points right now. Salieri has gone into the pit, so it's Ahmed and B-Rob right beside each other. If Ahmed can get past B-Rob, then 2nd in the championship might look very interesting. However, Cunnington needs to get back at Boomer, and Boomer's going to try and make it a Ferrari 1-2. That's not something you hear very often, but Boomer is going to try and get Heisenberg for a Ferrari 1-2. Whether he's going to be able to do it, no idea. But you got Ahmed catching up to B-Rob back there. Was 0.8 of a second, it's now 6, and just slowly jumping back up to the 9/10 of a second now. It's 0.8 of a second between Cunnington and Boomer, and that's the closest we've got so far. Apologies, no it's not. We've got half a second between Scalzi and AB. We'll go watch Scalzi for a bit. They're going to come down the straight, going to get DRS. See if Scalzi's able to make anything work. Is he going to be able to make anything? No, he's too far back on the straight. He's going to have to sit behind him for probably what's going to be another half lap. Get DRS down the home straight. Maybe he might be able to do something with that. But this is now the only fight we've got within DRS range. And it's not a bad one. It's... I knew you'd be back, Leon. I knew you'd be back. You did tell me you were going to spin, and you very much kept your word. And here comes Scaldy down the inside! And he gets the position even though he went really wide on AB there. You swear you left him enough space. Oh, you're talking about turn one. I don't think you did. I don't think you did. I'm pretty... I could look at that again, but I'm pretty sure you might... There's at most one car space, which would be enough, but I don't think... It would have been very, very hard for him to get out the way. I'm not going to lie to you, Leon. It would have been very hard for him to get out of the way because he's on the inside. I don't think there's much he can do about it. Even if he turns in, he gets the early thing. No one's going to back out there because they're going to get shunted from behind. So, I don't know. I just see that as a racing incident. Just see the start as a racing incident, to be honest with you. It would be interesting to see his point of view on it, but that's what I got from the start. I could... Anyone else got a point of view on it, then please do share, but that's mine. I've got to be honest with you. So, you've got Bunders going after... Ahmed is on the CPU now. Scales is going to get him very quickly. Luke's coming for Peyton to come out. So Cunnington is in front of B-Rob. He is in front of B-Rob out the pits, and B-Rob's day goes from bad to worse when he's trying to catch the other horse, and is simply not able to do it. It's pretty unfortunate. Boomer's gonna try and get... Oh, it's Boomer on Heidenberg! Oh, here we go. This one could be very interesting. 0.3 of a second. We get down to this next DRS range. We could have a three-way fight into the corner at this rate. Boomer's just gonna try and go... try and keep his car as close as physically possible without attempting an overtake, trying to get too clever with it. He gets DRS. Let's see if he can use DRS to his advantage here. DRS isn't very powerful, so yeah, I'm not surprised he hasn't. There's a yellow flag, and it's El Trucker who had the lead in the race. He had the lead in the race, and in turn has taken a spin, and I've got to invite... a minute. El Trucker DNF. The B-Rob's trying to get past Luke. B-Rob does get in front of Luke because Luke's gone to pit again. Something's happened there. There's a yellow flag in Sector 3, which is still El Trucker. I need to try and trying to get Ahmed in the game. But I can't find him. Can't see if... Yeah, it's not letting me invite him. Well... so it's Ferrari, Haas, and it looks like Boomer's gone to the inside for the move on the Haas of Heidenberg, and he has got him. So Boomer is Ferrari 1-2. It is definitely, it's going to be very hard for Heidenberg to keep up now. The Boomer just looks well up the road. Obviously, it's to do with the different cars, realistic performance, and the Haas is not great at all. But so it's Ferrari, Haas. So very much a Ferrari engine dominated top four. Skelty got himself to 5th, which isn't bad. He's gonna try and take a go at B-Rob in a minute. Heidelberg's dropping off the pace a little to Boomer, who's not going to catch his teammate. Well, his teammate for today anyway. Let's go watch Skelty. Oh, and as soon as I switch on to Skelty, he's got squirrely out the final corner, and has definitely lost his chance to make a move on B-Rob to gain more points, but that is very unfortunate. There's 7 people watching. You got 3 DNFs. Colin Byrne had a great race, and then he span. Well, he pitted, come back out, and I'm pretty sure he span after that. So he has had a great race. He's just a bit unfortunate. It's gonna still take some points. Skeldy's the only one within a second at the moment. 5/10 of B-Rob. It's plausible that if Skeldy can get past B-Rob so quickly, and as soon I didn't even get to finish the sentence. I didn't even get to finish the sentence that I was going to say before he hit the wall. I didn't even get to finish the sentence. I was about to say if he didn't spin, he gets past B-Rob straight away, he can go at Heisenberg before the end of the race. But as soon as I say that, immediately not enjoying himself. Ahmed, I think he's back in the lobby. Hello Dylan, you've missed me just jinx Skeldy. Leon's annoyed because Boomer, Leon's annoyed because he says Boomer crashed into him and then he left the car space, but off the start. But I don't know, you were here for the start, Dylan, so you could share what you thought on it, but I don't know, I thought it was more of a racing incident than anything else. Yeah, Skeldy got no front wing, he crashed into the wall as I was about to say he can go after B-Rob and Heisenberg. But yeah, you've got the front 2 of the Ferraris, the following 2 are the 2 horses, so yeah, I see what I see, it shares the same thing as me. I just don't see how you can fault Boomer for the first corner. Colin Byrne has done a really good race, and then he had a bit of a nightmare during the last couple of laps. He's done himself proud, I reckon. But this could be interesting. 2 Ferrari lads going at it. 2.5 laps left. About 7 sectors now left of the race, and they were going to have the 2 Ferraris going at it. Boomer getting a little bit of needed to correct his car quite a lot out the end of that second to last corner. Gets DRS, is within half a second. Not going to get it here, but it's entirely possible that in the next couple of corners, maybe at the end of the lap. Yeah, you were ahead. No, you were definitely ahead, Leon. We're not disputing that, but he's not able to get out of the way, because if he's attempted to get out of the way, he's either brake checking the guy behind. if he stops, he brake checks the 2 behind him. If he doesn't, then the collision with you happens indefinitely. So I don't think there's anything they can do about it. But yeah, the 2 Ferraris at the front and the 2 Ferraris about to go at each other. Are we going to see Ferraris crash out? Are we going to see them take each other out? That's the real question here. It'll be 2019 all over again. Heisenberg would be just poised to take the lead if something did happen here. Heisenberg and B-Rob obviously right behind each other. Heisenberg's not going to open the gap by an awful lot. Let's see if Boomer can win the race. He's been charging like making a recovery drive since the incident on lap 1. Is he going to win the race? That's the real question. He's got effectively 1 lap left. Is he going to be able to make a move? Final corner. Gets DRS. Is he going to make a move into the first corner? Here we go. Quarter of a second. He's too far back, so it's probably like 2 more DRS zones. Who there, Brazil 2019? Boomer's got 2 DRS zones left, I think it is, in Singapore to catch up. This is a huge one. Is he going to be able to make a move into the inside? He's too far back, and there's one more. There's one more DRS. Scales's retired, and then goes to the other Mercedes. Oh, it's been a nightmare for them, and Boomer's pushing on the back of Bundes. They're almost coming around to the final DRS zone. A couple of corners time. Bundes is going to have to put his car in a position where Scales's not going to be able to pass. Is Scales's going to have to get a bit ambitious if he wants to make a move? Half a second. DRS is not strong around Singapore. Is he going to be too far back? He is going to be too far back. And now if he's going to win the race, he's got to make a move on a corner. And that's incredibly hard to do around here. I think it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2, but not the way Boomer wants it. Well, that's what happens when your internet's shite. And it's round the second to last corner, coming around the final corner. And it's Bundes winning the Singapore Grand Prix. Boomer ending 4 tenths behind him. Heisenberg's going to take 3rd. B-Rob behind him is going to take 4th, and the gap in the championship is going to be extended by a very small amount. AB got 5th, and Ahmed almost got on the back of him, almost able to make it damage limitations by the way the horse is driven, but he's lost a huge amount of ground, I reckon, on Heisenberg after that race. You've got O'Leary in 7th. Cunnington ended in 8th, even though his race wasn't awful. He probably will feel like he could have done a lot better. I basically jinxed Heisenberg, but no, I didn't. Snaps come 9th. I didn't jinx Heisenberg. Oh well, there's that's an Aston Martin without a front wing. What has happened here? Luke's just. Well, you've got Boomer. Boomer's apologised here, Leon. So I guess he sees it differently to what me and Dylan see it. And there's Luke. I said he'd got a chance of winning this race, but that's because it's Heisenberg. He had the chance of winning any race he drives. But yeah, there's no stopping the Ferraris. The Ferraris were excellent. Bundes just didn't put a step wrong at all in there. That's a 1-2 for the Dutch, I think. Yeah, it's a 1-2 for the Dutch. Both Ferrari drivers are Dutch, of course. That makes sense. Ferrari's had an absolute look at that. I didn't really jinx Heisenberg when he started 7th and ends 3rd. They're both Dutch, that's the thing. But yeah, I don't think it will. Portimao's not too bad. Ahmed probably could have done a lot better if he didn't get kicked out midway through the race. Always a silver lining, Dylan. Always a silver lining. But that's going to be pretty interesting on the standings now. Let's have a look at the standings. I'm pretty sure that's going to jump a couple of people up a couple of places. Could have a variation of well, I'm going to have a look at the standings when my phone decides it wants to actually do something. I love how I can't give accolades. It's brilliant. Surely. Mike to win at Portimao. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Sorry, Mike. I don't know if you're in the chat still, but just don't spin. I feel like that's the best advice. I feel like that's been Captain Obvious, but I feel like that's also the best advice. Because Mike can do pretty well when he doesn't have that moment of madness, which seems to be an awful lot at the moment. Why is my why has my thing connected without internet? Why would you? How can you even connect to a thing without internet? Ciao. If he don't spin in that corner that goes up, that uphill right-hander, I don't want to. I have PTSD of that corner, mainly because I bottled second from it in tier 5 on Sunday because I was incredibly fast and absolutely bottled it in trying to overtake Jude because I'm good like that, you see. Oh god, the awning's not a good sign. It's a sign that I stayed up way too late last night. And I full on regret it. Connect with that internet again. This is hilarious. I've never seen anything so hilarious than this. Let me have a look at what's going on here. Yeah. Let's have a look. Boom, Heisenberg saying he tried to keep it behind. Almost the thing. Yeah, it's... Yeah, you should be able to save the full thing. Why is our trucker a spectator? Why? Why is our trucker... There you go. There you go. I don't know what... I didn't understand why it's... Yeah, right now press share in there. You can press share and then he can save the clip for the last 60 minutes and trim it down for what he needs. How do you fuck that up? It's not even... How do you even fuck that up? So how did... How? That's impressive. Sure. But yeah. Okay, so Boomer said it's his fault. Me and Dylan saw that differently. I can understand why Leon would be pissed. I can understand why Leon would be pissed with that, because it's... I don't know if it's cost him a race win or anything, but it's definitely cost him an excellent start. I was under the impression that there wasn't a lot of space, but maybe I was wrong. Always get different. You can always get different angles from POVs, I guess. I'm with you, Leon. I don't know how that is possible to mess up. How did that happen? Boomer, I need an explanation. That's impressive in and itself. It was almost as impressive as Bundes' defending from Boomer, funny enough, in the Ferraris in Singapore. That was excellent. That was excellent driving from Bundes in the last couple of laps, because Boomer was charging like mad. And he put his car in every single place that he needed to. I'm gonna rewatch that on the stream. Well, probably not on the stream, but like from my stream here after I end up ending it. Because I actually wanna take a second look at that. He gets a penalty. If he doesn't show his thing, he gets a penalty point anyway, which is exactly what he's going to do. 5 seconds isn't going to... Actually, 5 seconds will drop him behind Heisenberg. I mean... Yay, let's give Heisenberg more chance of winning the competition. Yay. Can anyone else tell that I'm getting a little bit fed up of Heisenberg wiping the floor with everyone? You know, is that just me? Like, man's in a hearse, so he's just come third. Second if Boomer gets reported and gets the 5 seconds. Like, Jesus Christ. Here we go. 1 shot qualifying round, Portimao. Everyone's just done this track, so everyone should know how to do it. As for who's going to be benefited, well, if Mike could drive the car properly, I would say Mike. But probably got to be Leon or Scaldy at that point. Even though I just see a 15th for Scaldy, I don't even know where Scaldy is. Oh, he is driving then. Oh, Scaldy just jumped all the way up to the second. Okay. Oh, well, bye, Ahmed. In a bit. Got off a little bit wide there. Luke's parked in a dangerous location, so he's been disqualified, so he's starting from the back. Boomer's up in third. So you've got the 2 Mercedes, and you see, Snap was pretty quick in itself. I don't know why I'm still watching Ahmed. Mike up. Well, that was a good sign. That was a good sight. I've just turned on to Mike's POV, and he's spinning in the wall. Oh, who's going to be on pole? Is it Scaldy or Leon? Is it Scaldy or Leon? Who's coming up to the line? And it's Scaldy. It's Scaldy that's on pole. 118.1 compared to Leon's 118.19. Boomer's third, 118.5. Snap's fourth, 118.9, and then you've got O'Leary 119.2, B-Rob 119.5, Bundes, who just won the last race, 119.6. Heisenberg did a 119.8, which is incredibly poor of Heisenberg, who probably should be doing a lot better. I find it funny how I say he's hammering everyone, and then that happens. Oh, and Boomer ended up 4/10 of a second back on the mediums. That's interesting. 17 laps around Portimao. Probably gonna do what, maybe 5, maybe 6 on the soft. Switch to the mediums, vice versa. Mike did not finish, but he doesn't start the back. He starts actually like nearly in top 10. Mike will do you in Belgium. What's that? I haven't actually. You're gonna have to fill me in on that one, Charizard. Because it's a little lacking context on that one for me. Because I've not been paying that much attention to outside of my own team on especially on a Thursday or a Sunday. You crashed in qualifying and won the race. Fair. That must have been one chaotic race for that to happen. Either that, or you drove that incredibly well, and you. Well, we get to watch a formation lap where there's nothing to commentate on. Really? No. I would have thought Belgium would have been a chaotic race, even if it. Belgium, I had a nightmare on. Because I got spun out. It was in the wet. I got spun out by someone who lost traction off a bus stop chicane, which I'm still salty at. What is Boomer doing? Why has Boomer got off ahead? I'm pretty sure I was like, hold on, I'm sure he knows it's a formation lap, right? Jesus Christ. Boomer driving a little bit on the dangerous side, especially on the out laps, on the formation lap side. I probably will. You got the two Mercedes up front. I know Snap was quick in Portimao, so Snap could pose a threat here, provided it doesn't get spun out into turn 1. Ah, incoming Aston Martin. Jesus Christ. Everyone's about to set back up on the line. Oh God, yawning. I had got a bit more energy after I ate earlier, but now I'm absolutely tired again. Will it mean I get an early night? Probably not. Don't know why. I'm just not smart when it comes to sleeping. Here we go. I'm gonna guess Kelly. We got 5 red lights, and away we go down to the first turn. Everyone looks like it got a slow start, and I was wrong. Leon got an excellent start. Snap's got a little wide, and so has Ahmed, and there's another one back there that's gone a little wide as well. There's someone with a yellow 3-second time penalty for track limits already. A yellow flag. Ahmed's dropped all the way to the back, and with that might slowly be saying goodbye to his championship hopes. Ahmed retired. Oh, that's really not good. Skelsey has just been overtaken by Snap. Snap's had a very interesting set of races at Portimao, because he did alright in Tier 5 as well. And B-Rob's just overtaken Skelsey. Skelsey's just dropped down the pack. Leon's at the front, Boomer's second, Snap's on the final podium place as it stands after the first lap. You've got B-Rob 6 positions ahead of, well, not anymore, ahead of Heidenberg, who's in 10th. So his start has been really slow. Let's watch everyone be bunched up together back here for a bit. Let's put it on El Trucco. Leon got fastest lap obviously because he's out in front. El Trucco doesn't. That's Mike has wing damage already. Really? Well, that's really unfortunate. That's really unfortunate for him. Well, and he got 5 seconds. Just to compound his misery, there's a 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. We've got a decent gap, decent little train forming back here. You've got the McLaren who has a very interesting interpretation of the track limits, and apparently is now ghosted. I don't know what the hell has happened there. But whatever's happened there has allowed Heidelberg back into it. Snap's got a 7/10 of a second gap on Skeldy now. Connington's taken a little bit of a spin. Mike's out the session, I'm pretty sure. Well, he will be soon because he's just taken another spin into turn 1. Let's watch. Bundes is trying to go at Soleri. Ahmed's already DNS, so I only have to focus on the single Williams for this one. B-Rob is far out in front when it compared to Heisenberg. What? Oh, England last time I knew was still 1-0 down. It was a penalty. How many drivers are going to finish with no penalties? Let's see. The same amount that's going to turn off that's going to go off at turn 1 apparently in this race. Soleri's gone off at turn 1 now. Mike's gone off again. Mike's got off again, lads. I feel bad. Oh, England's 1-0. John Stones scored, and that was 20 minutes ago. So we were in half time. Let's see if there's. Let's go and watch B-Rob for a minute. B-Rob's slowly closing in. Yeah, it got 1-0. John Stone scored the header. B-Rob's gonna go after Snap. Snap currently sits in 4th. Scalesy managed to overtake him, get into P3 again, and now it's allowing the everyone to come up and lap Mike. What's this? Pick on Mike Day. It's really unfortunate, man. Mike's going into the pits. There's a 3-second penalty for El Trucco. B-Rob's 0.8 of a second behind Snap, who is 2 and a bit seconds off Scaldy, so I think Snap's where the height he realistically can hope for without a crash. DRS is obviously a thing now. B-Rob and O'Leary is very much closing in on B-Rob. Heidelberg's very much closing in on El Trucco in front of him. Soleri's 10th back. We're not gonna get down there. Right, Mike and Ahmed crashed. Oh, and there goes the. Is it Ferrari? Mike, please, DNF. I'm so confused. It's confusing me with the yellow flags at this point. I think the Ferrari went off momentarily and come back behind Heidelberg, and Heidelberg slowly but surely climbing the rankings at the moment. It's not what B-Rob wants to see. It's 2 seconds between Leon and Boomer up front. But Boomer is rapidly losing time in behind to oh, here we go. Down to the first corner. Is O'Leary going to be able to make a move to try the inside, try the outside, but he's ever so slightly let the man finally finish a race. Well, he's not going to finish on the lead lap though. That's the problem. O'Leary's 0.2 of a second back, and Scaldy's 4/10 of. Oh, the yellow flag it off for God. Mike, please finish the race. But scale these 7/10 back. We'll go and watch Heisenberg in a minute because they're all coming down. Oh, God. Oh, El Choco retired. El Choco span, El Choco retired, and Heisenberg gained another 3 position. And all of a sudden, my voice is gone. But you can also see the white horse of Heisenberg catching up to the white horse of B-Rob in the standings, and I think oh, here we go. Skildy's gonna make a move on Boomer into the first corner, and he gets it done well earlier. Let me see if I can get an invite to Cunning Fern. Let me see if I can invite him out. Well, I can't. Well, and here we go. Boomer's not left it though. Boomer's gonna go straight back at him. There's a little bit of a train forming behind these though. Snap, B-Rob and O'Leary are forming their own miniature train. Bundes is trying to close in on Heisenberg, while we say as well. Got it for me 3/10 second behind Luke. El Choco is still going to end behind Mike. Mike might finish a race, I guess. I mean, it's progress, I guess. But all that's going on is that this little battle is where the interesting parts lie at the moment. 4/10 apiece. Scaldy's just putting the fastest lap as he attempts to hunt down Leon. You have 5/10 between B-Rob and Snap, and you've got a following 5/10 between B-Rob and O'Leary. Go with DRS into turn 1, just too far back to make a move. Look for the inside, but doesn't get it. Keeps going around the into turn 3, but Snap keeps his position. We open DRS again, and Snap's moved to the opposite side, so he doesn't get the slipstream as well. And Snap goes down the inside and doesn't manage to keep the defense. It looked like B-Rob's going to get past Snap ever so slightly. And Snap tried to go down the inside back of the retaliation, but can't get the foot down on the throttle without taking a spin. And Snap's also retired now as well. Oh, that's really unfortunate on Snap because he was doing really well. And all of a sudden you've got what might have been a position to keep between B-Rob and Heisenberg for the lead in the championship, but that's disappeared now as well, and now it's only 2 positions again. B-Rob is also 11 seconds back on Leon, I think it is. There you go, Mike's been disqualified for going the wrong way. And even after all that, where he could have ended in 13th or higher, he's actually ended right at the back of the grid. He's ended at the back of the grid for disqualifying. I'm not sure why I'm still watching a pit lane. As for what we can keep an eye on right now. B-Rob obviously pitted. Is he going to be able to keep his position in front of Luke? You know what, that's the closest bit of racing right now, so that's what we'll watch. Let's see if B-Rob's going to get Cunning Fern. Snap's left the session. Oh, you can phase through the CPUs. Yeah, I forgot Cunning Fern's CPU. Let me see if I can invite him. So B-Rob's in 8th. Bearing in mind, Scaldy and Boomer are just about to pit. O'Leary needs to pit. Heisenberg needs to pit. O'Leary's gone in for his pit. Heisenberg and AB need to pit, and then you get your rough little standings you've got here. Let's watch and see if the DRS from from Leon on AB is enough to carry him out of the fits ahead of Scaldy. It's into turn 1 and he's gone wide by a mile, but he has got out in front of Scaldy, who in turn is stuck and now going to be stuck momentarily behind AB. Heidelberg's pit. There's a yellow flag in sector 1, and it looked like one of the Aston Martins has gone for a deep dive. Scaldy and Boomer. Let's watch Scaldy and Boomer. Boomer's going to try and go down the inside. It looked like he was looking at it, but he's not going to. He is actually. He's going to try and move down the hill on the outside. Goes round, almost contact. Boomer's going to try the inside. Squeezes her Scaldy to high hell, and manages to get the overtake momentarily until we're going wheel to wheel. We're going to wheel to wheel, and down the inside you've got Boomer on Scaldy, and Boomer takes the position. How long forward, no one knows. He's about to get DRS. Both gets DRS. Let's see. Does the Merc have enough straight line speed? It does. Into turn 1. It's not going to full car left, but it is going to have the inside line, and it is going to take this position back. Let's see if Boomer's got anything left in the tank to respond. You've got Heidelberg in 9th. Heidelberg now in 8th. He's a couple of positions back. They're both the Aston Martins behind his rival in B-Rob. Saleri in 4th will bolster his position a bit, especially on 3rd. Being Ahmed, even though he ended 14th with a DNF. Cunningham's hit the back on thing, as Bunders has gone from what was such an electric first race in Singapore to whatever the hell this one is. Boomer's 2/10 of a second back on Scaldy, and these two have literally been going at it for laps on end at this point. Luke's just been passed by Heidelberg, and Heidelberg now within 2 positions of B-Rob. Luke's just slowly dropping back. Let's see if the Ferrari has enough to catch that Mercedes with DRS and slipstream. Goes to the inside. It does have a full car length, and it got well past him, and he's got the position. And now it's the Ferrari and Boomer into second. B-Rob's going to pass Saleri, who's in the pits. Is he going to be able... He's not... No, he's not. Not even close. Alright. So it's going to be B-Rob 4th, Saleri 5th, Heidelberg 6th. Looks like you're going to get AB in 7th. Yeah, AB is going to take Saleri into the first corner. Momentum in the pits gained in that position, but for the rest of them to stay behind the two. Saleri going to try and take a go at AB in a moment. Boomer just set the fastest second sector of anyone in the entire race. You know what, let's watch Saleri because he's the closest driver now. Closest driver to the guy in front. Scaldy's not even in the DRS range anymore. You had 4 DNFs. You got one from 4 different teams. The Alpine Snap, the Alfa Romeo of El Trucco, the Williams of Ahmed, and the Red Bull of Mike get disqualified for driving the wrong way. You've got Luke's currently in last of the finishers, 2 seconds behind Cunningham. Saleri's gonna get DRS on AB going into the final straight. Just a case of whether or not that Williams has enough straight line speed with DRS in order to actually do anything. The answer is very much it doesn't. It's now not even the closest battle we have. We will go back to Scaldy versus Boomer in 1 minute. I'm gonna get DRS straight here between Saleri and AB. It's not gonna prove very beneficial for Soleri, who's now 3/4 of a second. That's just mean, Dylan. That's just mean. That is just mean. So there's still 11 left, and there's not going to be an awful lot of action crashes wise I don't think left. But B-Rob needs to apologise. B-Rob needs to start hoping that Heidenberg gets caught up a little bit. It doesn't look very likely. Soleri's trying his best to close the gap in on the right lap, and then every time he does, it just gets ripped apart by by the difference in the actual car between the AlphaTauri and the Williams. Scalzi in the far superior car to the in the Merc compared to the Ferrari and Boomer. He did DRS range, the only person on the track in that range, and let's see if he's got anything in the tank to try and make a move. Bundes has just got a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limits. There's a yellow flag in sector 1, and Bundes has just can scratch the penalty because there goes another one. And now we have the 10 finishers left. Soleri's 0.8 of a second back, but Williams is really not going to do anything. The DRS. I'm not meaning to jinx the guy. You meant that one. I didn't mean to jinx it. It happens a lot, right? There's 0.5 of a second between Scalzi and Boomer. DRS multiple times on the lap. God, I'm yawning so much. That's interesting interpretations of the track limit Scalzi. Let him within half a second of Boomer in front. We could have multiple 1-2s on the same day, which I don't think that's actually happened yet in the sprint. Scalzi's still trying to hunt down Boomer. You've got Soleri 0.8 of a second back. That's the next closest one. I don't think there's going to be much coming off that anytime soon. 0.6 of a second between Scalzi and Boomer, and now we're going to get them fighting with DRS. Scalzi sets the fastest lap of the race, so we're going to see them fight with DRS, fight with Slipstream. But it's not going to be enough to... There's 3 seconds more for Salieri, sorry. It's allowing... And now Boomer is slowly opening the gap. And we've got multiple DRS zones on the lap, so Scalzi is going to be able to make a move at some point. It's going to be very much like Boomer at Singapore. It's going to be a case of, can he get the move done in the places that you have available to you? And it's going to be very interesting to see if he can. And it's Boomer that's ended up getting DRS range of Leon. And all of a sudden, it could be possible that Boomer ends up winning this race. There's 2 laps left. It looks very clear that the lap times between Boomer and Leon are vastly different, considering Leon was 2 seconds ahead at one point, and that wasn't too long ago. Now it's only 0.7 of a second. We've got a little DRS train going at the front. 2 more laps to go. Look at Leon making sense. He's oh god. Stopping the slipstream behind him, which makes a lot of sense. Keeps his position. Got 2 more laps to fight it, and it looks bleaker and bleaker all the time. Whether or not he is going to be able to fight it. Boomer on the slower car, but on the faster tires, is kind of leveling it out. And all of a sudden, it comes down to the difference between the two again. And last time, They got near each other, and turn 1 in Singapore just did not go well for either guy. Here, they're going to have much more free reign. There's only 2 of them anywhere near each other. But at the same time, Scale, they could eventually benefit from Boomer attempting to fight Leon because it slowed them both down. As for everywhere else, you can see that the gaps are slowly opening up. I think B-Rob and Heisenberg are going to end where they are. So that's going to allow B-Rob to close the gap in from what Heisenberg opened at Singapore. Here we go, DRS down the straight. Him and Scaldy are going to try and attack Leon now. Boomer down to the first corner on the outside. Trying to turn in on Leon again. And he does get him, and Leon's going to take a time penalty for track limits. And all of a sudden, that's just he might as well just he's not going to catch either of these two now. He's going to end on the bottom step of the podium, Leon, because of his penalties. On lap 17 of 17, and Boomer's hit the front with 0.4 of a second left, bearing in mind that DRS isn't a factor on the last lap. Because the line is so close to where the DRS would go off. Leary's 1.8 seconds back on B-Rob. So that's technically not over yet either. And I think with what is effectively 1 sector left to go, two proper corners left to go. We're headed into the final corner now. Coming around the final corner, it's the guy in red. The guys in red again. They're going to take the win. Boomer wins the Portuguese Grand Prix, followed by the 2 Mercedes. Scaldy in second, Leon in third. B-Rob's going to slowly come around the 3rd sector and probably going to be somewhat happy with his 4th in the Haas. I can't remember the distance between the 2 in Singapore, so I'm not sure how bigger or smaller it'll get than the 8 points. B-Rob comes over in 4th, O'Leary comes over in 5th. Heidelberg's coming round the final corner now. He's going to end in 6th. AB is going to end in 7th. Coming round to the 3rd sector again, we're watching the final instances of this race. Leary in 8th is a definite given, unless that's what, like 20 seconds worth of penalties, and I somehow don't think it is. Coming around the final corner, you've got Soleri coming in 8th in the Williams, and he's the last actual driver. And that is how it ends. That was very interesting, especially at the front. But Leon, what? You didn't DNF both times. You stood there on the bottom step of the podium. That's not too bad. It's nothing on what you had last week, but it isn't bad either. And of course, the Dutch win both races today. Boomer takes home the checkered flag in the second one. Bundes won the first one with a 3-1-2. Scaldy got second, so he's probably not going to be in a Mercedes for much longer. All of a sudden, it's going to be very, very quickly. It's very, very tight. Sorry, I think is the word that I'm looking for. Between B-Rob and Heisenberg. I think we've got 4 races to go, and Ahmed needs a miracle now. Those 2 racers did not treat him very kindly at all. He needs a miracle to win now. That is that. All I need is to ban Mike. Is that? Oh, hello, Ahmed. Nah, Mike. You've got to. Mike's just unfortunate, I think, at this point. And that is it. That's the end of the 2 races for the sprint. We've got 4 more. There's 2 more weeks of this. Then it's it. That will be the end of the first season of the Sprint League, and it's been very fun. It's gonna go right to the end though. B-Rob and Heisenberg go neck and neck, and between everything else sorts itself out. As for the constructors, I don't actually know where that one's going. But yeah, I'm going to be commentating again on this channel for Tier 4 on Thursday night in Sochi. It's just Russia. But I think I'm going to end the stream there. Thank you everyone. In a bit.